we found out about this at about 4:30 this evening.
Late.
It's like the judge makes the ruling, it's Friday night, out of here, and left a lot of questions unanswered.
Exactly.
I mean, the whole thing caught a lot of people off guard today, even local teachers who had been gathered to support their fellow teachers down in Chicago.
They have been busy watching that story. That's when this ruling came down. Our Jenna Sachs is in the newsroom. She's got the teachers' reaction and a lot more. Jenna.
Well, a lot has happened in the last year and a half since Act 10 passed. And in this last week, we've been hearing a lot more about the teachers union in Chicago than the one in Wisconsin. So today's ruling was a surprise to Milwaukee's own teachers union. As these Milwaukee teachers prepare to leave Saturday for Illinois to stand with striking Chicago teachers, they learn of breaking news out of Madison affecting their own union.
Dane County Circuit Judge Juan Colas ruled Friday.
Their union president reads aloud the ruling, which says that the state law that curbed collective bargaining for most public workers is unconstitutional.
We're very hopeful. I think we definitely feel like we're drowning in the situation that we're in right now.
Kathy Zhang was among the tens of thousands of people who protested Act 10's passage last year in Madison.
I think in order for an economy to survive, and that's what we've all been talking about, we have to be able to negotiate. And without that, the power is all shifted to just one group of people.
Union supporters returned to the scene of those massive protests Friday to praise the latest ruling.
And whether or not we're going to have an authentic democratic promise in the society.
Meanwhile, Republicans are condemning the ruling, among them Rick Bass, Milwaukee delegate to the Republican National Convention, who says Act 10 has worked for Wisconsin.
It's not surprising when it comes out of Dane County. These types of rulings are the things that cause people to lose faith in the judicial system. I've read the Constitution. I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer. But this is the kind of stuff that's going to infuriate people.
The head of the Milwaukee Teachers Union says while the ruling is welcome news, it's too soon to celebrate.
It's a step forward for democracy in the workplace and in this state. I'm fearful that it will be overturned, ultimately. Who knows how the court system works.
The MTEA has its own separate lawsuit protesting Act 10, currently pending in federal court. Reporting live in the newsroom, Jenna Sachs, Fox 6 News.
Still more to come. Thank you, Jenna, so much for that.
Meanwhile, the Chicago teachers strike that Jenna mentioned there may be settled. The president of the Chicago School Board says the district and the teachers union have agreed on a framework to end the nearly week-long teachers strike. No word on specifics, but he expects students to be back in the classroom on Monday. It was the collective bargaining debate that triggered the eventual effort to recall Governor Walker, and there's some new numbers out from the Government Accountability Board about that. The recall election and the primary held the month before cost taxpayers more than $13 million. Those costs included paying poll workers, staff salaries, printing the ballots, and programming the election equipment. Critics of the recall say it was a big waste of taxpayer money. Recall supporters say the cost was justified.
In other news, a Milwaukee police officer is shot with his own weapon. This happened early this morning in a